Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I'm returning for those who don't know me, so welcome on the channel. So that's been a long time and post anything on YouTube, but today I decided to make a video that I'm going to talk about languages because I was wondering if I kind of share the culture, Asian culture, talk about some stuff about Asian culture, or like talk about languages. So I mean, I chose to make like to talk about languages. Mm, so let's begin this video. So language is about like the way it's a manner. It's going to be hand help or like something that you use, um, like a tool you use, like a tool to communicate with people in your community, in your environment, or like in the country that you live in. So in other words, when I was in Haiti, I kind of talk French and English in some ways. No, not English. I'm sorry, Creole, my native language. Because if you are Asian and you were born in the country, you were like raised in the country, you know Creole. You know Creole. So um, I kind of talk Creole, but English I kind of take it like a class for me when I was in Haiti, when I was like in school in Haiti. Mm, so much people say that speaking another language, like a second language or third or like another language, it's going to be hard. But when I was in Haiti, when I was in the class, I kind to make it possible for me to understand and to, practice. So with people who know English. But and also Spanish. I did take Spanish when I was in Haiti in my class. So much like school in Haiti offer so many school in Haiti offer this like those kind of languages. So I don't say it's going to be hard. It's going to be both. That's depend on your mentality, your manner to be. So because if you don't practice the language, you just say something with a sample in this language and you never kind to go to the next level. You I don't say you will never know anything about this language, but you need to do more because some people they kind of say, "Oh, speaking in other language, it's kind to be hard. It's kind to be not my thing." But you must practice because when you practice, you kind of make mistakes because it's not your language. You don't know it. You kind to learn it, and you kind to want to speak it. So that's pretty much like that. So much people say it's hard, but it's not hard. That's been your mentality. That's been on the way that you want to have a level speaking this language. And it's going to be important to speak another language. You never know where you will be in the future. You never know what will happen. But it's really important to kind of learn another language. And I can say English is the one like if I can say, but English is going to be the one language who so much people talk, like or learn to talk. Um, yeah, it's pretty much I can say. It's very important to speak in a language. You can have a job, you translate for other people, and if you do practice like you want to speak in another language for only fun, that that's cool, but you kind of do it more professionally and more everyday life because you never know what will happen. You never know. And secondly, why talking like speaking in another language is going to be important. It's going to level up your brain, level up your knowledge, because you must be in a community. Like the thing is that we can have the community because so much people they kind of know things in French, in Creole, in whatever the language can be, but they don't have the community to speak it. So honestly, when I was in Haiti, I was like I was a French girl. I was talking French, I was talking Creole. And English, I got to practice it in class, so with my father, with my brother, sometimes with my cousin, sometimes. Uh, but if I didn't practice anything, like, because when I came here, I do understand what people say. I don't understand, but speaking the language was, I don't say hard, but it was kind to be hard in some ways. But what what I did was went to the library, take so much like grammar books in English, and watching videos, whatever. It can be movie, you can be whatever you movie videos, and also some animations to kind of speak it. But so much people they kind to have it like in some ways the captions, but make sure sometimes you're not looking at the captions. You need to hear it, like you need to hear what, I don't know what the person's saying. But if you do um open the captions, it's going to be for your reading and for your understanding, man. But sometimes you need to hear, to listen to the thing to understand, because to be honest, I do understand what people were saying to me, but speaking it was going to be a little bit, hard. But right now, I don't speak it. I don't speak English. I do speak it fluently. I can translate for other people who don't know English. If I don't know their languages, I mean, oh yeah. So, and the step is that be confident, because some people are going to say, you're not going to talk this language. But you need to grow yourself. You need to have confidence talking this language. You know. And my school for ELL, you know, practice whatever the language can be, because uh you can be on your phone, don't scroll, or like don't pass your hours on TikTok or on YouTube. Like if you do watch like something positive, it's not a problem, but you need to learn some things. Okay, you need to learn something. But yeah, to be honest, I started like to speak Espanol, like Spanish, this summer. And I don't say this summer because when I was in Haiti, I kind of practiced Espanol, like Spanish in some ways, but I do have this like focusing, this motivation to speak it. Like, it's really helpful because we don't know what's going on, what will happen, or it's really important, sense of knowledge, motivation stuff, and job, or what is the vacation. Because if you want to go in Mexico and you don't know anything about Spanish, like you can to leave, you can to translate, but it's going to be important for you to know a language, know something in Espanol, hablar Espanol. You must know something, you know. If you go in Italy, you must have something, yeah. But if you don't want to talk like another language, there's no problem. But it's going to be an opportunity for you, because if you don't like to read, or you don't like to listen to things, but you can also practice on your phone, because there are so much of applications, so much of of application that over languages, whatever the language that you want to talk. So, like to speak. I'm sorry, the language that you want to speak. Yeah, it's pretty much. And also, the problem is the community. That doesn't mean if you are not in the community, you will not talking in the language that you want. You need to speak, like to talk with some people that know the language, or on the phone you will have some teachers, some people who know English. And I know about the price. The price, like you need to, to pay a teacher to kind to communicate with you to teach you the language that you want. Okay, but we also can help you and practice it with yourself or with somebody in your family or someone who know the language well than you. Okay, never mention that I'm young, I can do anything, but the language maybe later. You're young. It's like the time to kind of speak in a language. Sometimes it's going to be difficult. Yeah, I don't say difficult, but sometimes it's going to be hard, like to speak some language, especially like the Korean thing, like the Korean language. I'm like, I'd say if I want to, I will talk it, like I will speak it, but I'm more focused about like Spanish. Yeah. But you can speak whatever language that you want if you practice it. Like if you don't practice it, just use it. I speak Creole, I speak English, I speak French, and you never see anything. You never practice it anything. Or can you have a level in the language? You will never have one because you don't making any effort to speak the language. So that was my message for you today, especially as young people. Learn something, speak another language because we don't know. Okay, it's maybe hard for some, it's maybe difficult, but speak it or practice it or make an effort. It's be important. Don't think it's going to be hard, but make the possibility to become easy for you. Um, as the way I can say about speaking language, speak a language, and it's really amazing, kind, especially when you talk in the language of somebody. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be good. So yeah, adios. See you in another video, I believe. And if you do like the video, like it, subscribe, and if you do have something to say about language that I didn't mention or you kind to know another stuff about language, let me know in the comment. And thank you already for your attention, and bye. Have a blessed week.